Hello, welcome to my explanation of assignment 1 with the titration curve. We're going to be doing our titration curve today on arginine. So let's get to the curve. First we see on the x-axis the equivalence of OH minus, which is going to be our strong base, and then we have on the y-axis the pH, which is going to be equal to pKa. So first, the arginine's given pKa is going to be 2.17, 9.04, and 12.48. That's going to be the side chain. So looking up here on our curve, we can see at the 0 point there that no base has been added yet. And this is when nothing's been deprotonated and it's just COOH. As we start to add the base, we hit our first pKa at 2.1, around 0.5 equivalent. This is our first equivalence point. And the equivalence point is when 50% of the molecule of the COH molecules have been deprotonated, and there's 50% of COH and 50% NH3. And as we add more of our base, we hit our first midpoint or the inflection point, and this is going to be where the concentration of the base and the acid are the same, and the COOH has been completely deprotonated. So moving up our curve, adding more of the base, we get to our pKa of around 9, and we hit our second equivalence point. It's going to be 3 equivalence points for 3 pKas. This is going to be where there's 50% of the NH3 and 50% of that side chain. And as we're adding more of the base, more of that NH3 is being deprotonated, and we hit our second midpoint. And this is an important point because this is also the isoelectric point, but I'll explain more about that later. And this is going to be where it's about half NH3 and half the side chain. And as we continue adding base, the NH3 has become completely deprotonated at pKa 12.5, and this is our equivalence point or our end point. And this is going to be usually where there's a color change, and that's our last pKa. So now getting into the isoelectric point or PI. There's an equation for this. It's going to be pKa2 plus pKa3 over 2. So that's just going to be the 9.04 plus the 12.48 divided by 2. And you're going to get 10.8. If we go back to our curve, we can see the pH. The pH at where there is no net electrical charge, the 10.8, is going to be just right around where the midpoint is. So that's it for the titration curve for arginine. Thank you.